Happy morning. In this video lecture, we will be discussing regarding the toxicological part 2, and the topics we are going to discuss are the classification of the poisoning, the actions of poison, the conditions that modifies the action of poison, and in later section we will be discussing regarding types of poisoning in detail. First, the classification of the poison, and here based on the symptoms that are being produced, the poison has been classified. Secondly, according to its usage. Thirdly, according to the organ that have been affected. According to symptoms, first and foremost, corrosive poisons, and corrosive poisons of two. One is of strong acids, strong alkalis, and in strong acids, it is of inorganic acids and organic acids, and in case of inorganic acids, it is of sulfuric acid, nitric, hydrochloric acid, and in case of organic acid, it is of carbolic, oxalic, acetic, and salicylic acids are the organic acids, and in case of strong alkalis, it is of hydrates and carbonates of sodium, potassium, and ammonium. And in case of metallic salts, it is bichromates, chromates, copper sulfate, and ferric chloride. And other are potassium cyanide, silver nitrate, and zinc chloride. Irritants, and here it is of inorganic and organic irritants, and in inorganic irritants it is of three: non-metallic, metallic, and mechanical irritants. And first and foremost, non-metallic, and in non-metallic it is of phosphorus, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and in case of metallic it is of arsenic, copper, lead, mercury, and thallium and zinc. And in case of mechanical irritants, it is of powdered glass, diamond dust, and hair. Organic irritants, and it is obtainable from two sources. One is of plant source and second is of animal source. And in case of plant source, it is Abrus precatorius, castor, croton, calotropis, aloes, capsicum, annum. And in case of animal base or animal source, it is from snake, insect venom, canthri, and scorpion bites. Systemic poisons, here is of central nervous system poisons, spinal poisons, peripheral nerve poisons, cardiovascular system poisons, asphyxiants, and miscellaneous poisons. Systemic poisons, and first and foremost, central nervous system poisons. First and foremost, it is of CNS stimulants, and here it is of amphetamines, caffeine, cyclic antidepressants are CNS stimulants, and CNS depressants wherein alcohol, anesthetic agents, hypnotics, opioids, sedatives are CNS depressants. And thirdly, deliriants, and belladonna, cannabis, cocaine, datura are deliriants. First and foremost, the spinal poisons, here in Gelsemium, Nux vomica are spinal poisons, and peripheral nerve poisons are conium, curare, several agriculture poisons, OP components, and carbamates are peripheral nerve poisons. Cardiovascular system poisons, and first and foremost is aconite, secondly ole, and third quinine, tobacco, anti-arrhythmic agents, aminoglycosides, macrolides, and general anesthetic agents are cardiovascular system poisons. And other ways of systemic poisons are towards lungs and other, and towards respiratory system, and here asphyxiants, and first and foremost it is of carbon monoxide, secondly carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, and miscellaneous poisoning, food poisoning, and botulism. According to the usage, first and foremost it is of stupefying agents, secondly it is of abortion or poisons which causes abortions, thirdly aphrodisiacs, fourth arrow poison, fifth cattle poisons. Coming to stupefying agents, and herein it has been used to stupefy travelers for a robbery or a woman for a sexual assault. And the most commonly used stupefying agents are datura, cannabis indica, chloral hydrate. Substance that are used as an irritant to cause abortions, and here the mechanism is by causing irritation of uterus or otherwise causing in a uterus to contract, and here are the substances like aconite, arsenic, calotropis, canthrides, croton, ergot, lead mercury, oleander, potassium permanganate, semicarpus anacardium are the substances more commonly used for a purpose of abortion. And the image what you see is a microscopic feature of an appearance of an ergot, and it is of an oleander plant. And here aphrodisiacs is a substance that increases sexual desires, and most commonly used aphrodisiacs are arsenic, cannabis, canthrides, cocaine, opium, and strychnine. And there is no any proven some medical scientific data regarding these substances as they increases the sexual desire, and it is just a myth. Are used with the tip of arrows for hunting purpose and also to kill enemies. And features of ideal arrow poisons are poisons. They are poisonous parentally but safe orally. So prey killed by an arrow poison would be safe for consumption. It is obtainable from two base, and one is of plant base and second it is of animal base. And if it is of plant base, it is obtained from Abrasticatavis, aconite, calotropis, croton oil, cura, and strychnine. And if it is of animal base, it is obtainable from snake venom. Cattle poison. They are used to kill cattle of enemies and or to obtain hides. And here most commonly listed cattle poisons are Abrasticatavis, aconite, arsenic, calotropis, oleander, organophosphorus, strychnine, zinc phosphide. The image what you see here, it is of calotropis and it is of Abrasticatavis, and the image of the flower of on a right extreme, it is of aconite. For a criminal intention, with the usage of these poisons are used to kill, intention to cause serious injury, reckless usage can lead to adulteration, stupefying agents for the purpose of robbery and rape, not necessarily being rape, a sexual assault, for inducing abortions, annoying victim by throwing chili powders and other. Affected target organs, it could be of hematological, immunological systems, central nervous system, or cardiovascular, or pulmonary system, and kidney or renal systems. And first and foremost, hematological system, anticoagulants, especially warfarin. Secondly, of an immunological system, compromises can occur as a result of supplements with immunosuppressive drugs. Hepatotoxic agents, it could be of an hemolytic poisons, ethanol, paracetamol, aflatoxin, toxaphene, iron, chlorpromazine are the hepatotoxic. Or when these have been ingested in larger dosage, can result in damages over liver cells. Nephrotoxic agents, and here when cocaine, quinine, conjugated estrogens, gold components, NSAIDs, and penicillamine, when it has been taken, it can result in glomerular injuries of kidneys. And in case proximal convolutal tube necrosis are more likely when phenol, canthrides, cephalosporins, corrosive sublimate, creosotes, and carbon tetrachloride have been the agents. Other nephrotoxic agents are when cisplatin, amphotericin, glycols have been ingested. It affects distal convolutal tube necrosis can occur in, and crystalluria can occur when acyclovir, ethylene glycol, sulfonamides have been ingested. General nephrotoxic agents like NSAIDs, ergot alkaloids, potassium chloride, heavy metals, and rhabdomyolysis causing agents like drugs, oxalic acid, and chlorides are responsible for general nephrotoxic agents. Toxic agents, and first and foremost, chlorine causes bronchitis. Secondly, titanium causes hard metal diseases. Silica causes silicosis, and phosphogene causes pulmonary edema. Cholinergic drugs causes bronchoconstrictions. Paracute causes acute pulmonary fibrosis. And here, silicosis and paracute exposures and titanium exposures are more towards industrial workers, and those people suffer from pulmonary toxic agents predominantly. And accidental exposure are also more likely in general population. Systemic poisons, and first and foremost, central nervous system poisons. First and foremost, it is of CNS stimulants, and here it is of amphetamines, caffeine, cyclic antidepressants are CNS stimulants, and CNS depressants, wherein alcohol, anesthetic agents, hypnotics, opioids, sedatives are CNS depressants. And thirdly, deliriants, and belladonna, cannabis, cocaine, datura are deliriants. First and foremost, the spinal poisons, here in Gelsemium, Nux vomica or spinal poisons, and peripheral nerve poisons are conium, curare, several agriculture poisons, OP components, and carbamates are peripheral nerve poisons. Cardiovascular system poisons, and first and foremost is aconite, secondly ole, and third quinine, tobacco, antiarrhythmic agents, aminoglycosides, macrolides, and general anesthetic agents are cardiovascular system poisons. Dermatotoxic agents, and first and foremost arsenic, which causes carcinogenic effect. Secondly, camphor causes photoallergic, corrosives, chemical burns on the exposed body parts, and industrial solvents, which causes allergic contact dermatitis. That affect reproductive system. First and foremost is alkylating agents, which affects gonadogenesis. Second, chlorophenoxy herbicides, which affects spermatogenesis. Thirdly, pesticides, which results in testicular toxicity, and ultimately results in impotency and sterility on the persons that have been exposed to. Agents affecting endocrine system: acrylonitrile, which affects adrenal cortex. Secondly, atenolol affects adrenal medulla. Third, aluminum, which affects parathyroid glands. Calcitonin affects pituitary. Lastly, thiouracil, which affects thyroid gland. Actions of local action. First and foremost, when a poison that directly comes in contact with any of the part. Uh, First is of corrosives. When a corrosive comes in contact, it results in chemical destruction of the concerned part. Secondly, as a result of irritants, the irritants generally results in congestion and inflammation of the exposed part. And thirdly, any effect on any exposure or a local action on motor and sensory nerves, especially by aconite, which results in tingling of skin and tongue. And datura or belladonna, which has been exposed in especially over people, which results in dilatation of pupil. Either they produced by a shock acting reflex through a severe pain as a result of corrosive poison, or being first observed in a GIT, and it enters the bloodstream and exerting a specific action on the targeted organ. Examples in second case, it is of cantharides which have been ingested. It results in nephritis. Secondly, in ingestion of naxformic acids, which affects spinal cord and ultimately the targeted organ, and it results in tetanic convulsions. The combined effect and combined action are in other terms. Drugs like or substance like carbolic acid, oxalic acid, and phosphorus, which also have both local and remote actions. Conditions modifying the action of poison. First and foremost, the conditions that modify the action of poison: first and foremost, the quantity or the amount of poison that have been ingested. Second, the form of the poison. Thirdly, the mode of administration. Fourth is condition of the body. And secondly, the form wherein the exact physical state, whether it is in the gaseous, liquid, or the solid form, the solubility of the poison, the mechanical combinations, chemical combinations, the elemental state versus the salt state, dilution factors, and other things are related to form. And towards condition of the body, they are the age of the person or the age of the suspect, age of the victim, the idiosyncrasy, habituation, the state of health, sleep and intoxication, and cumulative actions. First and foremost, the quantity of the poison. More the quantity, more the toxicity, and it doesn't apply in two circumstances wherein examples like alcohol and copper sulfate poisoning, wherein a large quantity of poison that have been ingested may result in excessive vomiting, and by which there is a rapid elimination and there is a decrease in effect of toxicity. And second example, it is of arsenic, wherein arsenic may produce death when it has been ingested in larger quantities, and while arsenic has been taken in a moderate dose can cause irritant symptoms, wherein death may not be occurring, but the same arsenic in a smaller dosage when it has been ingested, it causes therapeutic action. Second, factors that modify the action of poison: it is of form, physical state, solubility, chemical and mechanical combinations, elemental state, basis state, salt state, and the last is the dilution. Physical state, poison act more rapidly when it is in gaseous form and less when in case of liquid, and in case of a solid it purely depends upon the solubility of the medium. And in case of solubility, it is more towards a solid form of poison, and an insoluble salt may become soluble in acid secretion of stomach and may become poison. And examples like copper arsenate and lead carbonate are the examples. The chemical combinations and the action of the poison depends upon the solubility and the insolubility resulting from the chemical combinations. When two strong poisons have been combined, as individually they may be poisonous, but when they have been combined, it forms an insoluble salt which is almost harmless. Example are when phosphorus combines with copper sulfate. Both are a poisonous compound individually, and they form an insoluble cupric phosphate when taken together. And cupric phosphate is insoluble and it is being harmless. And the second example, when silver nitrate and hydrochloric acid are taken individually, they can act and they can cause the effect of ill health, but when they have been taken together, which forms silver chloride and which is harmless in nature. Chemical combination, the action of the poison may be altered if combined mechanically with inert substances. The example we have taken here it is of mineral acid, and mineral acid as a single entity can result in corrosive actions when it has been in contact with the body mucosa. But if it has been diluted in a larger quantity within a water and ultimately loses potency or loses corrosive action and totally become an inert substance, and ultimately does not make any ill health on the victim. Metal state versus salt, and here some of the metallic forms of substance are not poisonous while their salts are poisonous. The examples like arsenic and copper are they are harmless in their metallic forms, but their salts like arsenic trioxide and copper sulfate are poisonous. Dilution, the example and the explanation, it is of same of mechanical combination. Strong poisons, they are when they are acting upon without mixing with any other substances, they are potent enough and they can be harmful. When they have been diluted with water or any other substances, they become harmless. Example, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Mode of administration, and based on the rapidity of action is in the order described under the routes of administration, fastest to slowest routes. And here intravascular, inhalation, sublingual, intranasal, intramuscular, rectal, oral, subcutaneous, topical, and transdermal. Right, and the intravascular will be the fastest route, and the transdermal will be of the slowest route. And the rate of absorption from the alimentary canal is variable, and if there been presence of food within or there been a water within, then the previous explanation stands the same. And absorption from the stomach occurs more rapidly when the stomach has been empty than when it been full with contents. Condition of the body, first modifying factors like age, idiosyncrasy, habituation, state of health, sleep and intoxication, and last will be the cumulative action. If age, the age has a considerable effect upon the dosage of drugs and the poisons. The poisons have two greater effect or the two extremes of ages. First and foremost, the children and the elderly. And in children under 2 years of age, they are not fully developed enough, and especially the drug metabolizing enzymes of liver are low at birth, and they don't have effective blood-brain barrier, and they are more susceptible to the effect of most of the drugs. And while in elderly, increased gastric pH decreases the absorption, and other factors come in play. And the word INC stands for increased, and DEC stands for decrease. And it decreased total body weight, that increases the plasma concentration of the substance, and decreased hepatic blood flow. It actually first was metabolism, this being less effective. These are the reasons wherein the extremes of age groups are more susceptible to the effect of most of the drugs or most of the poisons. Wherein it is defined as an inherent personal hypersensitivity to the agent in question, and certain people are sensitive for certain drugs and even the articles of diet, like shellfish, fruit and eggs, and fatality is rare, but symptoms may be alarming, or even in some cases it may be even dangerous. And the most common symptoms are features of urticaria will be seen either of a general or over on a particular localized part, with associated with difficulty in breathing, rigors, fever, features of diarrhea, hemorrhage from the bowel, albinuria will be the other associated symptoms. And regarding the toxic or poisonous agents which are more prone to manifest with the features of idiosyncrasy are iodine, bromine, belladonna, aspirin, penicillin, mercury are the most common agents wherein most of the people are allergic to. Or habituation, where the effects of certain poisons may decrease with habituation, and tolerance to the ability of an organism to show less response to a specific dose of a chemical than it has showed on a previous occasion from the same dose, wherein a addict and a control sample have been taken, wherein addict who has been exposed from the previous part, wherein even a larger dosage given to an addict may show a less signs and symptoms, but a same dose has been given to a control subject, where with that minimal dosage he may show features of ill health. And the most common effect of habit occurs with the usage of tobacco, alcohol, cocaine, morphine and other alkaloids, and especially towards mineral substances or inorganic irritants like arsenic, there is a certain extent of an habituation is being seen. A healthy person may tolerate better than a disease. Example like opium, if it has been given to an individual who has been suffering with a chronic kidney disease, may show ill health even at a small dose, and he may collapse. And same such, when a mercury compound given to an individual who is suffering from chronic nephritis at a smaller dosage, he may become ill even. Sleep and intoxication. Action of poison is being delayed if a person goes to sleep soon after taking it. The action is also delayed if someone takes a poison in an intoxicated state. Poisons which are eliminated so slowly may tend to accumulate within the body when it has been given, or when an individual has been exposed to the repeated dosage for a longer period, may ultimately produce of symptoms of poisoning at later point due to accumulation. And here examples like lead poisoning in an industrial worker, and arsenic poisoning will be the examples for cumulative actions of poison. Types of poison. The following types of poisons, depending upon the amount of poisons that have been taken and the time period on which a poison has been taken, by which there are types of poison. It is of hyperacute or a fulminant type of poisoning, where a single large dose or a single massive dose may cause death very rapidly without even causing signs and symptoms. Acute poisoning, wherein it is being caused due to excessive single large dose, and even in some cases it may even equal to the fatal dose, and the effects or the death will be less compared to a fulminant poisoning. And acute poisoning can be divided into three: primary drug fatalities, secondary drug fatalities, and drug associated fatalities. Primary drug fatalities, wherein a victim dies primarily because of the toxic or the adverse effect of a drug or a poison, and they may be contributing influences of any pre-existing diseases or any other unrelated diseases. Fatalities, here the individual doesn't die as a result of the poison itself. Instead, he died due to the secondary complications of the poisonous agent. Here, example will be of a drug abuser, and yes, a chronic drug abuser, where he dies as a result of a contaminated needle, or otherwise as a result of bacterial endocarditis, or as a faulty methods in insertion of a needle and other. He dies of an air embolism, or otherwise a foreign body embolism. Third is drug associated fatalities, violences like accidental, homicidal, even suicidal, arising directly or indirectly from the activities relating to in obtaining or usage of illicit drugs can occur in. Subacute poisoning, it occurs gradually over some time, and it occurs more slow than the acute poisoning, but it is more quicker than a chronic poisoning, and the dose taken are small and over the short period of time. It is caused by a very minute dosage of poisonous substance which has been taken for a longer period of time. Example is an industrial worker who has been engaged in occupational exposure, wherein he has been working for a longer period, and as a result he develops the features of plumbism due to lead poisoning. Second, wherein a victim food which has been poisoned with a minute dose of the suspicious material for a longer period of time. Example, it is of arsenic, and in a later point of time, after months of exposure, the individual develops gastroenteritis and he dies off. And example is of chronic poisoning. Acute on chronic poisoning, where a victim is already been suffering from chronic poisoning, and acute poisoning occurs on top of it, wherein a chronic drug abuser will be the example, where one day a victim intermittently takes more than the actual dose or more than the usual dose, which has resulted in fatality. Thank you so much for your patient listening. If there have been any doubts, queries relating to the content of the video, kindly address those issues in comment section below, or otherwise text through any of the social media links provided in description section. Thank you.